Yo, another public service announcement, man. God had really just showed me this like revelation. And as I was thinking about it, man, in order for you to grow, you have to go through something called a pruning season. Once you go through this pruning season, you will be able to get rid of those things that is causing you to be stagnant, causing you to, be in the same place. Here's an example. Yo, this right here is my watermelon plant. And before the watermelon started to look like this, it had this right here attached to it, which is the okra. And now, as I was sitting there thinking, I was like, man, why it seems like the watermelon is not growing, just as much as the cantaloupe and the honeydew melons and even the watermelon right here? It's because that okra that was in there, the leaves didn't look too good, and it was holding sucking up all the nutrients and holding that watermelon back from flourishing. And so once I pulled it, within 2 weeks or less, it started to grow this much. And as I was looking at it earlier, I was like, wow, on its own, the vines had started to grab onto the trellis. And so I just thought about it. I was like, man, once you get rid of those things out of your life, you will be able to grab onto something that's going to hold you up. Grab on to God, man. And on his own, just grab on to God, because you're going to have a clear vision. And so that pretty much tells you that in order for you to grow, in order for you to flourish, you must go through that pruning season. A lot of times they say, well, cut certain people off, but also you want to cut off certain habits. Like if you're constantly doing the same old routine all the time and not changing things up, and you find yourself in a depressed state, in a stressed state, if you're just not feel like you're growing at all, you might want to cut out some of those bad habits. You might want to cut out certain people. You might want to cut out certain times that you're on social media. If you cut those things off, you will be able to grow. You have to go through a pruning season. God bless.